movie, we worked with Bruno Dolbanel, somebody actually that we'd worked with once before in a short movie in Paris.
Ethan Cohen doesn't give interviews often. He lets his brother Joel do most of the talking. For 40 years, the Coen brothers made some of the greatest films in cinema history. Fargo, No Country for Old Men, The Big Lebowski. Every frame is perfect. Every performance is exactly right. But behind that quiet exterior, Ethan has strong opinions about actors.
Appealed to John Goodman about playing the character that he did get to do something a little bit out of the
Brutal ones. The Coen brothers are famous for their specific vision. They write characters with precise rhythms and strange dialogue. They need actors who can disappear into their weird worlds without question. Most actors can't do it. They want to improvise. They want to discuss motivation. They want to make the character their own. Ethan hates all of that.
Real. If you will it, dude, it is no dream.
What the fuck you talking about, man? The carrier. What's in the fucking carrier?
Huh?
Over 4 decades, Ethan worked with hundreds of actors. Some became Coen regulars like Frances McDormand, John Goodman, and Steve Buscemi. Others worked with them once and never again. A few were so difficult that Ethan vowed to never share a set with them ever again. These 10 actors represent everything Ethan despises about modern acting. Let's begin. 10. George Clooney. George Clooney worked with the Coens 3 times. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?, Intolerable Cruelty, and Hail Caesar. After that third film, the relationship ended. Clooney wanted to work with them again. Ethan quietly made sure it never happened.
The Coen brothers didn't go ahead with the 99 version, and when did they hand it off to you?
A lot of things happened. I think that they've done films similar to this.
The problem wasn't Clooney's talent. He's charming and capable. The problem was his need to be liked. Clooney plays George Clooney in every movie.
Whoever loved, that loved not at first sight.
No, you didn't ask me here to pick me up.
The smooth guy with the perfect smile, the Coens wanted strange, specific performances. Clooney kept making everything about his charm. On the set of Hail Caesar, crew members noticed tension. Clooney wanted to improvise and add jokes. Ethan wanted him to say the lines exactly as written. Clooney thought he was improving the script. Ethan thought he was ruining the rhythm. They were both too professional to fight openly, but the frustration was obvious. After Hail Caesar wrapped, people close to Ethan heard him say that Clooney was impossible to direct because he's always performing being George Clooney. The comment got back to Clooney. They haven't worked together since and never will again. 9. Shia LaBeouf. The Coens never worked with Shia LaBeouf, but they came close. Shia was offered a role in one of their films in the early 2000s. He wanted the part desperately. He called it a dream project.
Time.
What? Are we gonna stop off and buy fish like the last time? No. Mom, come on. We know you're too savvy for that.
Then he started making demands. Shia wanted to develop a backstory for his character. He wanted rehearsal time to explore emotional depth. He wanted to discuss his character's motivation with Ethan and Joel. The Coens sent back a simple message. Say the lines as written or don't take the role. Shia kept pushing. The Coens cast someone else.
That you like for the part and a musician that you find compelling. And we were starting to think, well, you know.
Ethan believes actors who need to discuss motivation don't understand the script. If the writing is good, everything you need is on the page. Asking questions is just insecurity disguised as method acting. Shia represents everything Ethan hates about young actors trained in contemporary acting programs. Years later, someone asked Ethan about almost working with Shia. He gave a rare direct answer. He said they need actors who trust the material, not actors who think they're smarter than the script. That quote ended any chance of them ever collaborating. 8. Jared Leto. Ethan Coen heard the stories about Jared Leto's method acting. The dead rats were sent to co-stars, refusing to break character, making everyone miserable to prove commitment.
As Ethan said at one point, it's sort of a cheap gag, but an obscure one, which makes no sense at all. If you're going to do a cheap gag, why?
Ethan found all of it ridiculous and insulting to serious filmmaking. The Coens were developing a project in 2015 where Leto's name came up for a supporting role. His agent pushed hard. Leto wanted to meet with them to discuss the character. Ethan refused the meeting. He told colleagues that any actor who needs to send dead animals to prepare for a role isn't actually preparing.
Get the cat to do it. We just didn't know if we could get it to do it repeatedly, take after take, and really on cue, take after take.
He's performing for attention. Ethan believes acting is about precision, not spectacle. You read the script, you understand the character, you show up and deliver the performance. Everything else is ego. Leto's entire approach is the opposite. It's about making the process about himself instead of the film.
Hand to God, I promise to take every single one of these pills myself.
According to people who worked with Ethan, he used Leto as an example of what's wrong with modern actors. They confuse self-indulgence with depth. They think suffering equals art. Real actors just do the work without the circus. 7. Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp in the 90s was interesting. He took weird roles and made strange choices. Ethan respected that version of Depp. But then Pirates of the Caribbean happened. Depp found a formula. Weird voice, strange walk, lots of makeup.
Absolutely, Alice. I'd know you anywhere. I'd know him anywhere.
He's been doing variations of that performance ever since. Ethan lost all respect.
Glamorous, not LA, not Hollywood, not Beverly Hills, the opposite of that.
The Coens considered Depp for a role in the early 2000s, a dark character in a dark film. Depp's agent said he was interested. Then Depp wanted creative input on the character's look. He wanted to design the costume and appearance. Ethan said no. The character was already fully written. Depp passed on the role. That interaction told Ethan everything he needed to know. Depp doesn't build characters from the inside anymore. He builds them from costumes and makeup. That's not acting. That's playing dress-up. Ethan watches Depp's recent career with a mixture of pity and disgust. The same quirky mannerisms in every film. The reliance on visual tricks instead of emotional truth. Depp became a parody of himself and doesn't even seem to notice. 6. Sean Penn. Sean Penn takes himself very seriously, too seriously for Ethan Coen's taste. Penn believes every role is a chance to make an important statement about humanity.
Yes, ma'am.
Take responsibility.
Ethan believes most roles are just roles. That philosophical difference makes them completely incompatible. They almost worked together on a project in the late 90s. Penn read the script and wanted changes. He felt his character needed more depth and more dramatic moments. The Coens politely declined his suggestions. Penn pushed harder. The Coens cast someone else. Ethan finds Penn exhausting. The intense stare, the refusal to do anything light or fun, the constant need to prove he's a serious artist. The Coens make serious films, but they don't take themselves that seriously. Penn can't separate the work from his own ego. What bothers Ethan most is Penn's lack of humor. The Coens' best films blend darkness with absurdity. They need actors who can handle tonal shifts. Penn only has one tone, grave seriousness. That makes him useless for Coen films that require range and flexibility. 5. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is talented, Ethan admits that. Cage won an Oscar for Leaving Las Vegas. He was great in adaptation, but most of the time, Cage goes too big. Way too big for the precise worlds the Coens create.
Look at me. It's over. It's over.
No.
The Coens write dialogue with specific rhythms. Characters speak in particular patterns. Cage improvises and adds his own wild energy to everything. That energy destroys the careful balance Ethan works so hard to create. One over-the-top performance can ruin an entire film's tone. Ethan saw Cage's work in films like The Wicker Man and Vampire's Kiss. The screaming, the wild eyes, the completely unhinged choices. Some people call it fearless. Ethan calls it undisciplined. Real actors have control. Cage seems allergic to control. According to people in the Coens' orbit, Ethan once said Cage acts like someone who's never heard of subtlety. Every emotion gets cranked to maximum volume. The Coens need actors who understand that less is often more. Cage only understands more, more, more. 4. Marlon Brando. This might surprise people. Marlon Brando revolutionized acting. On the Waterfront and The Godfather are masterpieces.
We're going for the price on Wilson. You remember that?
But Ethan focuses on later Brando, the version who stopped caring and collected paychecks while putting in minimal effort. Ethan studied film history. He knows Brando's greatness, but he also knows what Brando became. An overweight actor who refused to memorize lines and read them off cue cards. Someone who showed up unprepared and expected everyone else to accommodate his laziness. The Coens demand preparation from their actors. They expect everyone to know their lines perfectly and hit precise marks. Brando's later career proved he didn't respect the process anymore. He thought his genius gave him permission to stop trying. Ethan believes talent without discipline is worthless. Brando had all the talent in the world and wasted it. He could have kept making great films into old age. Instead, he became a cautionary tale about what happens when ego replaces work ethic. 3. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is one of the biggest movie stars ever. He's also someone the Coen brothers would never work with. The reason is simple. Tom needs control. The Coens need directors to have control. Those two things can't coexist. Cruise has a reputation for taking over productions. He gives notes to directors. He influences editing. He controls his image obsessively. That works fine on Mission Impossible movies designed around him. It would never work on a Coen film.
Asking me out on a date?
No.
Sounded like you were asking me on a date.
I wasn't.
I've been asked out on dates before, and that's what it sounded like.
The Coens were asked years ago if they'd ever consider working with Cruise. Joel gave a diplomatic non-answer. Ethan was more direct. He said they make films for actors who trust directors, not for actors who want to be directors. What bothers Ethan most is the fakeness. Cruise's entire public persona feels manufactured and controlled. The perfect smile, the calculated charm, the Scientology weirdness lurking underneath. The Coens value authenticity. Cruise is the opposite of authentic. He's a brand pretending to be a person. 2. Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey had a career renaissance with True Detective and Dallas Buyers Club. Suddenly, everyone called him a serious actor. Ethan Coen never bought it. He sees an actor who found a new shtick and is milking it for everything it's worth. McConaughey developed a persona, the philosophical Southern drawler who speaks in cryptic riddles. He acts like every role is a meditation on existence.
You rat fuck.
Say it again, Mummy.
Ethan finds it pretentious and annoying. It's the same performance over and over with minor variations. The Coens need actors who disappear into characters. McConaughey can't disappear. He's always Matthew McConaughey doing his Matthew McConaughey thing. The slow drawl, the intense stare, the pseudo-intellectual rambling in interviews. It's a carefully constructed act. According to people who know Ethan, he once watched a McConaughey interview and turned it off after 2 minutes. The actor was talking about chasing green lights and finding his truth. Ethan said real actors don't need self-help philosophy. They just need to read the script and do the work. McConaughey represents actors who are more interested in their personal brand than their actual craft. 1. Robert De Niro. This is the one that truly breaks Ethan's heart. Robert De Niro in the 70s and 80s was everything an actor should be. Taxi driver, raging bull, the king of comedy. He worked with Scorsese and created American cinema masterpieces. Ethan worshipped that version of De Niro. Then De Niro started doing comedies, bad comedies. Meet the Parents, Analyze This, Dirty Grandpa. Ethan watched his hero become a joke. The man who once transformed himself completely for every role now sleepwalked through garbage for a paycheck. What makes it worse is knowing De Niro can still act. The Irishman proved his talent didn't disappear. But instead of using his final years to make important films, he wastes time on forgettable trash. To Ethan, that's not just sad. It's a betrayal of everything cinema should be. The Coens would have loved to work with De Niro, but only the young De Niro who cared about art, not the old De Niro who does car commercials and hack comedies. Ethan believes great actors have a responsibility to protect their legacy. De Niro failed that responsibility completely. Ethan Coen will probably never make another film. He's moved on to other projects. But his legacy is secure. 40 years of nearly perfect films made exactly the way he and Joel wanted them. These 10 actors will never be part of that legacy. Some because they weren't good enough, some because they were too difficult, and some because they broke his heart by becoming everything he hates. Do you agree with Ethan's list? Are these actors really that bad? Or is he just an impossible perfectionist who expects too much? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe for more Hollywood truths that nobody else will tell you.